So this is an interesting lot we've coming up in our photographic auction at Aston's in Dudley, which is on the 28th of November this year. And this seems to be the paperwork and personal photograph album of a reasonably high-ranking German officer just before and during the Second World War. His name's Karl Hermann, Herrmann, and he seems to have been sort of a head honcho in like the equivalent of what we might just call the motor pool, I think, from what I can work out. So this is his war record. Here's the chap himself. Sadly, this also contains his death certificate, which was in 1945. And this is his photo album. He was obviously at the Nuremburg Rally. This is 1935. Which was obviously ran for several years. So when I first saw this and I saw these photographs, they look pretty much like run-of-the-mill things, commercially produced. One here on the top left, famous picture of Hitler, and some others. Then you get to these, which are photographs which I think he probably took himself. These are 2 1/4 square contact prints, presumably taken on a Rolleiflex or something like that. And they've got some of the most incredible photographs of Hitler, close up of the rally. This is our chap, is obviously 3 or 4 rows behind Hitler, looking out on the mass ranks of the soldiers going off into the distance. Everyone is captioned. These are all very high-ranking Nazi officers, and it's just page after page of them. And he's got everybody in here. I think Hess was about the only guy that I couldn't see in here. Some really amazing off-duty, sort of candid type pictures. Again, every one of them captioned down at the bottom here. Just skip a bit here. This is obviously the stadium with all its lights and everything. I think he might have had a friend who was a journalist, because there's some pictures of journalists there having their lunch. And obviously these are not commercially brought ones, because you wouldn't have pictures of journalists having their lunch. These are ones that I reckon he's taken himself. So here's the invitation and plans for the 1935 Nuremberg Rally, where to go in Nuremberg, where to muster, all the other bits and pieces. Then we get to a lot more sort of laid back pictures of, I guess, him and his gang in their basic training and back at their barracks, and all sorts of amazing stuff. Okay, so this also includes a fairly extensive written report on what looks like them off to the rally. This is obviously all in German, so we hope to have some of that, at least some of that, translated in time for the auction. Some more pictures here of various German officers, and some, again, candid pictures of the general troops on their basic training and days out and other bits and pieces. I guess the word unique is probably overworked in the art market, and probably in the auction market as well. But I think that is the word to describe this lot. We've got, I've done a fair bit of research, can't find any of these pictures of Hitler anywhere online. We've obviously got the guy's personal story, pictures of some of the basic training. We've got letters from his daughter, which were sent to him at the front. We've got drawings that she did. We've got whole stacks of other things like commercially produced postcards, some, again, letters, bits and pieces, letters from home. A really amazing archive. So this is going to be in the November the 28th auction. So if you're interested, hopefully you'll put some bids.